Hi, and welcome back to Tiffany Talks. It is season 5, and we are locked and loaded. And I did not want to bring back season 5 unless I brought the fire. So tonight, stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and give me one of those likes. And guess what? Sharing is caring. So guess what? Share this podcast tonight. But tonight, I have the pleasure of meeting America-born dancer, choreographer, singer, songwriter, and actor, and just living on purpose, honey. I don't want to take the story away from Mrs. Ahsia Janae Pettigrew. So, without further ado, I'll introduce Ahsia. That is who's coming tonight.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. How
Thank you
are
for
you
having me.
doing? I'm so glad that you came because you're a busy woman, honey. And that's what we're gonna get into. All that look, all your positive motivational tea, because that's what's going on down here, real conversations. And I'm so glad that you came to be a part of this conversation. So tell me about yourself, because this is you have a lot of titles. I'm reading Cardi B. I said Normani, Beyonce.
Yes. So my name is actually pronounced Aja. It's
I
Aja. It's okay. It's okay. I get Asia all the time since I was a little girl. It's okay. So it's Aja Janae. And I am a dancer. I'm a choreographer. I'm an actor. I am a singer-songwriter, and I also am a dance activist as well. I don't know if a lot of people know that about myself, but I power to the dancers. I want dancers to be pulled to the forefront and pulled up and uplifted at all times. So I am an activist for the dance community as well. I've choreographed and danced for some amazing artists. A few of them are Usher, Missy, TLC, Neo, Beyonce. I've choreographed for Cardi B, Up, Normani, her most recent video with Sean Bankhead. So I got to assist him with those two videos. So I've been really doing my best to make my own little mark in this industry, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
so you said some names, so you could dance, like you could dance.
How
We
can
have
I
to
get
get
that?
those moves. You can dance. I was like, okay. So, like, what made you start this path? Like, what made you start this path, and how did that start for you?
Uh, so I've been dancing since I was little. I've always loved dancing. I actually started to kind of figure out that I had a love for dance in church. I did this big thing called a dance explosion at church, and we got to do everything really. We got to dance, sing, and act in this dance explosion extravaganza that we performed in front of the congregation. My dad ended up coming, and he was brought to tears just seeing me perform. And I just found a really deep love for music and performing and just being able to touch people through my the way that I can entertain. So I've always loved it. I've always loved to just dance like freely as a freestyler. That's kind of like where I got my start. I never was a like a trained dancer. So I always like got together with my friends and started to make up routines and just kept falling in love with things. So that's kind of how I got started and my origins. And then once I found out that it could be an actual career, I was like, oh, I didn't know that. So let me tell my mom, and I think I need to make this move down to a place that could help me get somewhere with this amazing talent that I had. So I decided at 19 to move to Atlanta, and I got signed to an agency in Atlanta, and they started putting me on auditions, and the rest was history. I got to get my start with all of those artists that I named, and it's been history ever since.
So, I know this is a hard question. I don't want to ask it like that because we might get in trouble. I'm like, what was one of your best dance routines? Like, whose
Ooh,
video was it?
like meaning my favorite, like the
Like your
something that
favorite? Like
stuck
you
with
were
me.
just feeling the music, like you was like, this it. This is it.
Uh, so I have so many moments like that, but I will say one of the top moments was being able to dance with TLC because they were one of my favorite girl groups and their music always inspired me. So
Absolutely.
what I did before I walked in the room for those rehearsals, when I found out I got the job, I did a whole bunch of research and I just looked at their old videos. And I decided to learn the choreography before I even got in the room so that I could be a step ahead.
Mhm.
And when we learned creep for the first time, like from Chili and T-Boz and the choreographer Jamaica Craft, it like my heart melted because I love TLC, I
I do
love
too.
Creep, and I love that routine so much. It's like the dance moves in that routine specifically are so iconic. Like everybody knows exactly like the moves, like you can pull
Right,
it up
right.
and do them. So I was so hyped to learn that routine. So that would probably be like one of my top routines that I've ever learned in my life.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
So the next question, so because we agree on that, honey. I know I haven't been on a TLC in video, but in my head, I've been on a lot of TLC videos.
Right.
In my in my head, I've been on a lot of TLC videos. They just didn't know about me yet. They didn't discover me yet.
Right, right.
But but you said some heavy names like Beyonce. Like, first of all, how do you even audition to get in a Beyonce video? Because I'm pretty sure it was thousands of people. Like everybody wants to dance with Beyonce, and you were picked.
Right. That's a great question. So there were auditions for it. And I believe that at the time that the auditions were happening, I was not available. I believe that I was on a job, but I wanted to do, of course, wanted to do Beyonce so bad. She actually handpicked everybody for the jobs. So we did formation and we did all of the videos for the Lemonade project. Um, so she handpicked all of the dancers. It was a bunch of us for the Lemonade project and for the Super Bowl. So I didn't actually have to audition, which is amazing. Cause what? Like I didn't really have to audition. She looked at photos and she was like, "This is who I want." Of course, the choreographers had their own input. Jaquel Knight,
Mhm.
Chris Grant, Anthony Burrell, Dana Foglia. So it was all of a collaborative, like with the choosing of all the
Mhm.
dancers, and I got a chance to be a part of it, and it was amazing.
Yeah, I bet that sounds like an awesome experience. And so then it moves me. Okay, we have the dance, so we got the choreography out the way. Then it moves me to acting. Acting.
Yeah.
And tell us about that journey and when did you start acting and incorporating it in what you were already doing.
So I started acting, like I said, the dance explosion at church was like a crash course in everything I could possibly think of with the entertainment industry. We even learned like the backstage lighting and all that stuff during that time. So I got to act on stage, theater style. I got to dance. I got to do all that stuff. So that was the first time I kind of wet my toes with acting in church. And then, of
Hmm.
course, like in high school, I took theater classes. But after that, my main focus was dance. So I didn't really get into acting until my agent started to send me on auditions, and my first acting role was on I got a walk-on role for Step Up Highwater, and I got to kind of have like this part with one of the girls in the episode. It's on season 2. I forget what episode it is. I don't have the information. I'm sorry, but it was my first time being able to act like on screen and have lines. I was so nervous. I was so nervous, but I did it. I did my best, and I feel like I did a great job. And then after that, I got to have a little small part on Cobra Kai, and I
Mhm.
got to help. And that's actually a spinoff of Karate Kid. It's on, I believe it's on. Let me not lie. I believe it's on Netflix. Oh, but it was amazing to be a part of that because it was a totally new set of people. It wasn't like anything dance related. It was all acting. So I got to really be around people who had been acting for a long time and kind of pick up some of the things that they've learned. So that was dope. And then now I get a chance to wet my toes in the theater world of acting, which is completely different from being like actually on film acting because of the blocking and the different things, the projection of your voice. So I'm learning a lot now. Learning a lot.
Mhm.
Hmm.
That's awesome. And so,
Yeah.
did I read correctly? It said you were in Coming to America.
Yes.
What part you were doing the dancing part?
Yeah, so I was on Coming to America, the newest version
Second.
with,
Yes.
right. So I got to be one of Tiana Taylor's character, Bapoto. I was one of her dancers. And we got to do this beautiful scene with her and the main actor, her love interest. And we got to meet Eddie Murphy and Wesley Snipes, and it was so amazing. I got to work with Fatima Robinson and Jeremy Green, who was the Fatima Robinson was the choreographer. Jeremy Green was assisting, and it was amazing. It was amazing doing that job. It was awesome.
That is so awesome. Like that's so like everybody was waiting for that movie to come out. Like we were all waiting for like 30 years. I want to say, not telling my age, not telling my age. About 30 years. It was only like 30 years, but it was good. I loved it.
Yes.
So now, okay, we've gone to dancer, choreographer, you jumped into acting. Now
Mhm.
tell us what brings you. Like what you doing now? What are you tell us what you're doing now?
All right. So right now, I am currently in Atlanta. We just finished up a couple shows for New Jack City Live. It is a live stage play. Jacarius Johnson put on a stage play to basically bring the movie from 1991, which was the year that I was born, back to life. And I got to be a part of the live action stage play to play the role of Uniqua, who basically was G Money's girlfriend in the movie, and
Okay.
then but she was trying to get to the top dog, which was Nino, and really
Mhm.
lock in, secure the bag basically. So
Right.
so I have the wonderful opportunity of playing Uniqua, and it's an amazing experience. It's my first time ever doing theater, and so I'm learning so much because, like I was saying earlier, the blocking, like how you have to shift your body towards the audience instead of turning your back. Like you have to do certain
Mhm.
things to make sure that they know that they can hear you and they can see your body language. You gotta do things bigger. You gotta project your voice, and I'm a soft spoken person sometimes, so I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a lot.
Right,
It's
right,
beautiful.
right. Right. That's awesome. So, what does it look like for you in this next coming year? Like, what are you going to be doing in the next 12 months? What do you have planned? Like, I'm all in your business. Like, what project you have planned? Look, let me know first.
Yes. So right now I am on tour with this play, with the New Jack City play. So we have upcoming dates in Brooklyn
Hmm.
from the 2nd through the 4th of December. And then
Okay.
we have a break, and then we go back on tour starting at Houston. We hit LA, we hit Chicago, Dallas, um, and St. Louis to finish out that. And then you can look forward to me being in a few films coming up.
Okay.
I got a
Okay.
chance to, yeah, I was in Atlanta shooting a film called Praise This, which has a star-studded cast as well. Chloe Bailey is the main character in that movie, and I got to shoot that in Atlanta for the majority of 2022. So you can look forward to that next year. I'm really excited about that one.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yes, so that's what's kind of coming up.
So you have a full schedule.
Mhm.
Tell me, what is your why? Why are you doing this?
Oh man. I am so passionate about I'm passionate about the arts. I'm
Mhm.
passionate about being able to reach people through entertainment. I've gotten a lot of feedback about the way that I perform touches other people, and it's like a healing. And
Mhm.
I don't claim to be a healer, but I do believe that the arts activates healing within people,
Mhm.
and it's healed me. So I want to share what God has given me with the world, and I believe that because of the blessings that I feel that entertainment has brought to me, it's been able to be. I've been able to reach out to other people, and they've been able to just find happiness and be inspired by what I do. And another why is, um, like I told you in the beginning, I'm a dance activist. So there's a lot of things in this industry that are that I believe need to be addressed and changed.
Mhm.
So I want to be able to have a platform to be able to help change what is lacking in the dance community. Even going through the pandemic and finding out like a lot of actors and dancers had no form of income,
Mhm.
we reached a dead end when it came
Right.
to the pandemic. If we're not working, if we're not on stage, if we're not filming, we have no income.
Mhm.
So I wanna be a part of an initiative to help change that, or to help build a fund or a financial security blanket for entertainers. So that's my why. Yeah.
Okay, and that's awesome. I love how you say it about, you wanted to be an activist of people. Like I'm pretty sure you went through different things that you probably wouldn't have went through in 2022, but and some you probably are still going through. And I could just hearing your voice, like I've been through some things before I reached these successes. And so with that, because a lot of times people look at people like yourself, and say, hey, you gotta be lucky, but we know it's not about luck, it's about consistency, right?
Right.
So what would you say to the kid, because I always say children, because yeah, like they're the people that we supposed to be, role models for. What would you say to that child that somebody was like, what is something, just for 1 second of this whole show, what is something negative that pushed you and drove you to the next level
Oh, that's a good
that you turned into
question.
positive? Mm-hmm.
Right. One thing that was different about me coming up in this industry was just my individuality and being able to trust myself and not follow the crowd, not trying to be like anyone else. So I would say to little Aja, or to someone who is, looking up to what we do, to just trust your uniqueness, trust
Mm-hmm.
your weirdness. It's okay to be weird. It's okay to be different. It's okay to move in your own way, in your own light, because there may be a bunch of people kind of doing what you're doing, but they're not going to do it like you. So
Mm-hmm.
trusting yourself has probably been the hardest lesson for me, because it's difficult to kind of not go with what everybody else is doing, and to trust yourself and your own choices and your intuition, and that little voice in your head that's saying, no, but I want to do it this way. No, but I think it can be a little different actually. So
Right.
trust yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I am, you have an amazing story. You have an amazing story, because anybody, what you said was, it might be difficult, but trust your uniqueness, trust your difference. Especially me having daughters, I always kind of try to say, and it's great to hear other people say it of success, like you have to embrace it. And I love everything you're doing in the community. I hope you keep doing it. Never stop, never give up. Keep going, because it's a little girl that says if she could do it, I could do it too. So, you know, I want everybody to know, where can they follow you at?
Yes. So I am on Instagram and TikTok. My at is at Ahsia Janae. So at AHSIAJANAE. And you can follow me on Instagram and on TikTok. Those are the only social media sites that I participate in.
Right,
And
right. That's kind of how I'm going, right? TikTok
so I
University. Just follow TikTok University.
okay, because TikTok really will teach you some things.
What
I
you
love
say. So
it.
I love the fact that you came to my show and you was my first guest for this season of season
Thank you.
5. So I definitely, was thinking of some people, but I'm glad that it was you, and I'm because you are definitely putting in the work and you deserve to, get appreciated and celebrated on many of platforms, not just my platform, for just putting in the everyday work. And how can they also, is there a website for the play, like if they want to purchase tickets or Ticketmaster?
Yeah, there is. I do believe it is on Ticketmaster, but there is a link actually in my Instagram bio.
Okay.
Um, it is, I'm gonna go there now. Jacarius, JECARYOUS.com/theater/New Jack City Live. And you can purchase tickets from there. You can kind of see what the show is about. They even have like a overview video, kind of like how the show is going. And if you
Mhm.
follow Jacarius as well, he also has some highlight reels of like how the show's going. He also just posted some of like the crowd reaction as they were leaving. So that was really cool to see like the feedback and reviews. It's been really awesome. Everybody enjoys it. I enjoyed it. I actually got to see the show before I was put on, and I enjoyed it thoroughly as well. It's a great show. It's a great show. So I encourage you to come see it because it's awesome.
Okay, tell Jacarius to come invite me.
All right, all right. I'm gonna let them know.
I didn't call him out. I'm like, I don't even know Jacarius. Jacarius, wherever you are, just invite me to the show. Now, I was wanting to thank you again for coming upon my platform, and you heard her, follow her, tell your children to follow her on TikTok, because you're probably going to learn something, especially to the dancers and the people in entertainment. Again, thank you for coming to my platform of Tiffany Talks. And guess what? This is where real conversations happen. And guess what? You was just a part of the conversation. And thank you so much, Ahsia, because that's a
Thank
beautiful
you. Oh, thank you so much. And thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I enjoyed my time.
All right. Thank you so much. Now, we've heard from Miss Ahsia. Y'all better follow her. I'm so grateful to be back on Tiffany Talks. I'm grateful that I'm here in this moment to bring back real conversations, because we need them in 2022. As we go through the holiday season, don't forget to share your love. Not just the holiday season, but 365 days a year, because love comes back to you. And again, thank you for watching. Subscribe, share, and like this video. And guess what? Your girl is back, Tiffany S. Carter. And this is where the conversations are going to keep happening on Tiffany Talks. Check out my partners. And then remember, share the video. My name is Tiffany S. Carter. I'm the host of Tiffany Talks. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, but I'm sitting here in Kissimmee, Florida with Westgate Resort, because guess what? I'm their partner. I am so grateful that I partner up with Westgate, where the gift that keeps on giving. You know where to get the free stuff. You know where to get the vacations. Share your time with Westgate, where we love to go on vacations. I don't work for cars, homes, or any of those things. I work for vacations. Come and join Tiffany Talks. But here at Westgate Resort, we welcome you where all the fun is happening, and you're invited. Let's vacation together. Click the link below.